Water sign, what is going on for you? This is your Lionsgate reading. This reading is all about harnessing the power of Lionsgate. That is happening on 8/8. On that date, we come in contact with the Sirius Gateway and Leo season energy, very fiery, very powerful. So how can you really harness it? So that's what this reading is. If you want to jump on, Jen Huber and I are going to be doing a manifestation workshop, really anchoring in the energy of Lionsgate on 8/8. We'll be doing that on 8/8. So there's a link in the description box below if you want to jump onto that. If you don't know how to open the description box, hit the little word that says more, boop, and then it will open. In the extended of this reading, I'm going to pull cards for each individual sign, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio, to give you some individual information. I'm doing this reading on the full moon in August 1st, and that is in Aquarius. So that really is, things are speeding up. If you feel overwhelmed, you got a lot on your plate, you are in good company, my friend. All right, let's see what's going on for water signs. This is a new deck I'm using. This is the Sacred Symbols for Divination and Meditation. If you're new here, welcome in. Hope everybody is good in your hood. Meditate. Some of you have been asking me for all my tools that I use in my morning routine. I'm going to do that in August. I'm going to show you that. Lucky, and truth. Some of you guys are going to get a lucky break, okay? And I feel like you're dealing with a very spiritual person. This is really about you, like almost merging on to your karmic path. I feel like you're going to be channeling or opening to some kind of flow of information. You're going to feel super lucky that this is happening. Okay, so some of you might just be starting your spiritual journey. Some of you may have been on for a while and don't really know what's going on. And so this month, I did the full monthly readings for each zodiac sign. You can catch that here. There's a little playlist for the monthly readings for each sign. All right, you can check that out on my channel. If you do like the content I create, don't be shy. Smash that like button and subscribe if you are so inclined. Thank you in advance. All right, what's going on, water signs? I knew it. Freedom. Freedom. Freedom comes to those who wait. Some of you have waited a long time to get free of a situation. Not a good one. 7 of Wands, 7 of Pentacles, the Moon. Boy, you put a lot of time and effort into this. The Moon, 5 of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, and Death. For sure. Doing it for love, baby. Doing it for love. Okay, so some of you are dealing with an earth sign. All right, I see Scorpio here. You could be dealing with another water sign. This feels more like an earth sign that you're dealing with. I feel like you're finally opting to do something that's good for you. And this is gonna change your life in a big way. Like you've summoned up some kind of courage. You're walking away from someone who's taken a lot from you. Okay. Some of you may have started to meditate, been in a bad situation, bad marriage, bad career, bad job, terrible boss, something like that. And you have really started to tap into your spiritual path and your connection to your guides. And it's like just been leading you to this freedom. Okay. This is what's going on subconsciously. And I feel like you know that this is happening. Some of you know that you're on your way out of a bad situation. The Hermit, there's Virgo. Page of Wands, Hanged Man. Temperance, there's Sag. Knight of Cups, 2 of Swords, 9 of Swords, Libra energy of justice, Wheel of Fortune. Where are we going? Knight of Wands, King of Cups, there you are. 7 of Cups, another 7 here. The one that's missing is the 7 of Swords. I feel like you're not doing anything half-assed here, okay? Which is really nice. I think You are wanting to change this for love. Some of you are changing your whole life. Okay. And I feel like you're very inspired to do this. You may have like just kind of hermited yourself for a while and not really, this is definitely about opening up to your spiritual awakening more than you ever have. I feel like you might be inspired by another person. Could be a Sag, could be a Libra, a lot of Sag here. And finally surrendering to it. Finally surrendering to the spiritual path. There is a person likely who is a love partner. I've been seeing this for a while. And I feel like this person is a high value. Okay. I feel like this person isn't going to, there's no third party here. I feel like you have to make some decisions to get out of a situation. And it's been troubling you for some time. 9 of Swords. So, because it's gonna require you to do something really big to leave it behind. It's gonna cost you a lot of money. It's gonna cost a lot of time. It's gonna cost something. Okay. And it does feel a little bit like this person has been making offers or asking you, what are you going to do about this? So what are you going to do about this? 2 of Swords, the Sun, the Wheel of Fortune, the 6 of Cups, and the 3 of Pentacles. So you might be at first interested in a third party, or someone's offering a third party to you. And I feel like that that's kind of a non-starter. I think this is like, no, I'm really wanting to change my life. I don't just want to have any half measures. So I feel like you're giving yourself kind of a 7-month timeline or some kind of timeline here. As we get further into August and we get to the 8-8 gateway, I feel like that's opening up. Like you've started to do some kind of meditating. You've started to do some kind of practice. You could be reading tarot. You could be going for long walks in the woods. You could be there's a lot of different ways to meditate. And I feel like you've mulled this around and mulled this around and mulled this around. And the only way out is through. The only way forward is to make some kind of massive change and surrender yourself to the spiritual path that you're on. The Wheel of Fortune coming up a couple times, that is about destiny and fate. So like I said, I got Sag here. I've got Earth sign. I almost feel like it's between, like, there's an Earth sign and then there's a fire sign. And it can be that's just the energy. Okay. So you can be dealing with someone who's very on a, there's polarities for every single energy. So water sign, you're a water sign. So too much water, and it's called a flood and a deluge, right? It's not good for the crops. It's not good for anything. And, but too little is known as a drought, right? So there has to be a balanced amount of it. Too much earth and we get stuck. Too much earth and it's immovable. It feels heavy. It feels unable to be, unable to yield growth anymore, right? Positive earth is about nurturing soil, is about something that's really good to grow things in. I feel like that time has passed, that you have gone as far as you can with this situation. And it's like, you could just ride out the string, which is like, really? You want to just ride out the string of the rest of your life like this? Some of you might choose that. But you're being offered here an opportunity to completely reinvent yourself. And I don't know that it's actually this person is like reinventing you or anything like that, but they're inspiring you. They're definitely inspiring you. What's the Page of Wands about here? I think you have a moment in time when you know exactly what you need to do. 6 of Pentacles, the Strength card, again, that's Leo time. 2 of Swords, internal meditation. Fool, again. I feel like you get to this answer. Okay, I feel like you have this has been rolling around in your brain for a long time. Okay, and Nine of Swords and Justice. Queen of Pentacles again. Eight of Cups. Hermit. Two of Cups. Doing it again for love. So some of you are walking away from an earth sign. Some of you are walking away from too much earth. Okay. So like my life's been all about money. And now I wake up and I'm in my 50s or in my 40s and I don't want to spend the rest of my life like this. I've kind of come to the end of what I can do with this particular timeline. Come to the end of a timeline. Wow. And a timeline is really, because I feel like that earth energy could be you, about just being very consistent, very diligent, walking this same path, one foot in front of the other, very Capricornian. Even though I don't see the devil energy here, I see a lot of Virgo energy. And Virgo energy is about the routines of our daily lives. But there's a poem known as The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock. And if you don't know what that is, if you didn't read it in high school or college, I'm going to assign it to you. And I believe that's the right poem. I hope it's the right poem. But it's about, there's a whole slew of poems, I think in the 60s. I'm not sure if they were the beat poets or what, but it was like about meting out life in coffee spoons. So like every day was the same. And they measuring their life in coffee spoons, which is, every morning I have coffee. And it's like, oh, when I read that poem, I just felt like so, because I'm somebody who does like, a little variety, more variety than that. But sometimes on the plus side of Virgo, those routines can make us feel healthier because we're doing good things consistently for ourselves. And we're also feeling stable, but too much stability becomes rigid. And that's what I think you're dealing with here. I think you're dealing with somebody who doesn't have that much rigidity or doesn't have that kind of life, but they do have some kind of routine. They do have some kind of diligent behavior, of some kind of consistency about them. This is somebody who's found some happiness with their life. Hi. Somebody who's found some happiness with their life. And I just feel like you kind of admire that, or you're kind of going toward that. The Temperance energy is about balance. And so when you see Virgo energy, and you incorporate Virgo energy, because Pisces is the opposite of Virgo. And so one of my philosophies in the way I teach astrology is that if you've got too much of something, you add the opposite. So you got too much Virgo, you got too much detail, you got too much routine. It's like a grind. It's become a grind. Then add Pisces, which is spiritual awakening. Okay, that's a way to feed your soul. Add meditation, add writing, writing, quill, truth. Pisces energy is super duper loving energy. It's also about connecting to spirit. It's about our journey, our solo journey, connecting to the great beyond, or the universe. She loves that little seat. It's like story time. And I feel like that's what you're doing, is that you might be trading in something that's rigid for something that's stable. Okay, so that doesn't sound like a tremendous shift, but it really is. Because this stable thing is spiritually fertile. And it's not going to be rigid like this. In other words, there can be room for growth, room for expansion. What's going on here? Why is the moon there? Hanged Man, moon. Okay, Hierophant and the devil. There's the devil energy. That's when it gets too much. King of Swords, Page of Wands, and the Ten of Cups. You know this. You know this. All right. I feel like you've been afraid to say it out loud for a while, but there is definitely something that's grown too rigid, where it once was fertile. It once had fertile soil. So King of Swords is that's Aquarian full moon. It's a super moon, and it's allowing you to release anything that has become like burnout. burnout or stuck. So I'm going to continue on with this reading. Let's see where you're going. I will pull cards for each, for Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio to give you some individual information. Link is below if you want to continue on with me, water sign. We'll see you over there.
All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.